Oh, that's funny. That's right, priorities first, scribes. I like me coffin nail before I say hello, good evening, and welcome. A little bit annoyed. I need cheering up. It's going to be put on you. I'll wait for others to join. I see we have 1, 2 or 3 in the house. Don't struggle with the date today. It's the 9th of May. And on this day, 41 years ago, 1978, I was delivered. Well, I wasn't. I was born. That's right, everyone. Born by the waters of my mum. Was crowned, brought into this realm, accepted the mission, and yeah, I just thought I'd come on, and I've been to trade, graft, servitude. Not living like a king yet. Not been to the chancery, so I'm still in my work clothes. I'm in the uniform, the tradesman's trade outfit, and I've come home, turned on my notebook. It says internal hard drive error, and it's dead. So I'm a not happy bunny, to be fair. I've used a thumbnail there of Budapest Airport, if you're interested. When you when you arrive in Budapest and you come out of that archway, yeah, you walk out of it, and you don't see Bruce Willis and the words the letters HELL in red on the other side. But once you've walked through it and you turn back round, you see Bruce is there. Obviously, when you're going up to it, you can see it, but from the other side, arrivals, it isn't there. On departure side, you can see it. Yeah, I was like, what's this? Just walked through the gates of hell. I bought an electronic, what's the word, vape pen. That blew on me. My drives have blown. If you've got a hex on me, it might actually be working. Everything goes in threes. I've had an easy day today. It's not been stressful at all. I've seen Brother Serge, had a chat with Brother Andy, chat with G-Star, chat with Josh, had a chat with loads actually. Brother AD, I like the double vowels, what you're sending me. We like them, words with double vowels. We'll talk about them in a bit. And a bit of news. We try and keep it non-political. How are you? What you doing? Pete, Ian, happy born day. Thank you. Of the Ian tribe, clan, estate, family. You're as old as you feel, aren't you? You just got to pay attention to your body, the signs. The minute, I've just got a bit of a backache. Very blessed, very lucky. 41 years of age. Got the world's leading sovereign platform. If we could, world's leading private self-governing platform, which is, yeah, sovereign. I'm bigger, I'm bolder, I'm rougher, I'm tougher. In other words, sucker, there is no other. I'm the one and only self-private governing sovereign man. I was going to start it with that. I was listening to a bit of old school rave. It should cheer me up. Not that frequency will cheer you up. It will do more damage than good, but for the nostalgic reasons. Bit of the bouncer, kicks like a mule, Joey Beltram. If anyone of you got the album Platypus, yes, with the tracks such as Two Full Moons, A Fish and a Trout, classics such as Acid House Breaks from the early 90s. That's Platypus collection. Very rare, very abstract, nice little ambient, you know, early house, acid house. Search Two Full Moons, A Fish and a Trout, and you'll get what I'm saying there. So yeah, random cast, a little bit depressed. Celebrate the Soul Journey Day, born day, with the Empress, Queen, Princess at the weekend. Let's look at the comments. You can tell I'm a bit down energy-wise for the birthday, so Indy, have a good day. Thank you, comment. Yardy123, happy Earth Day. Yes, I like that. I'm not coming with any messages this time. It's a non-political broadcast. We're just as family, men and women. Have a chat, chew the cud. Still waiting for my solar panel to arrive, my power controller and inverter. This summer, man's going to be in the garden producing hydrogen, electricity, maybe a bit of welding, solar collection, charging, welding, producing silver water, hydrogen, all from the sun. You see, there's a bit of stuff in the news about the environment, the degrees we're going up, the heat, greenhouse gases. Oh yes, hydrogen doctor is poised and ready. I've got some emails to answer about technology. I will get onto that and feed that back to you. I will do an unboxing of the items that are coming from China, to be fair. So I'll do an unboxing so you can see what you get if you buy one of these packages. And we're very excited about getting out, not only down the private road, we'll call it, yes, going to the private road, but we will also be inventing workshops with Josh. I had a chat with him, very excited about what he's up to and where he's going. He's had a cast with Martin Kenny, Scribe, so I recommended the Santos and Leak project video. I haven't seen Martin's video from yesterday with Josh, but he says to me today that it's had about 3,000 views, less than 24 hours, so it is off. I'd recommend that you check that out, see what's going off there with Brother Martin, Brother Jay, Josh, X, and interesting. Acquisitions, land, self-sustainability, legacy seeds, organic oils, foods, no chemicals. This is going to be good. Reiki, energy, Tesla. Not going to tell you what frequencies and certain stuff that are in these oils and that are coming, so that's in the horizon. Americans, thank you for what you've done and your interest there, and what's coming off with information sharing. And oh wow, we are poised and ready. Very lucky to be where we are right now. Very fortunate to know what we know. Very fortunate to have you and the family that we've got. The integrity, the honourability, doers rather than sayers, human doings. Man is doing, not human beings, but doing men, walking the path, trying to make things better. Much like, you know, every time one of us is arrested, I might add, you know, oh, such and such has been arrested, oh, such and such has been arrested. Well, they've been arrested because not everybody's walking the path. Not everybody's trying to stand up and take the action for, you know, what's needed, and to defend thy castle, rights, honour, integrity, etc. So you happen to see any of us get arrested, I'd hope to think that you'd be quite grateful that we are putting ourselves out there at risk in the line of fire. As Santos pointed out, and others, direct energy weapons, targeted individuals, laptops shutting down, weird things happening, accounts getting hacked. That's just the beginning. You know what I mean? So getting arrested and detained, and yeah, we used to say kidnapped. Now we'd say, you know, I did say this was a non-political cast, but sorry, just some points that are on my mind. You're all quick to jump up. Oh, such and such has been arrested. Oh, such, and that means what? That means that they've tackled, you know, the demons and the crown, and they've had a go, and you know, maybe a miscarriage of justice has come up there or something along the lines. But you know, maybe they've made an error, an omission, a faux pas. But nevertheless, like I say, we give love, we give respect, we give thanks. We say, you know, we support. I did a cast about Julian, and how ironic somebody who hasn't committed any crimes against man is incarcerated, whilst those that commit crimes against man are not incarcerated. Yeah. So when we say, oh, such and such has been arrested, you probably know there's no criminality, no harm, injury, or loss, no common law breach, but an infraction, an administrative, you know, what would we call it there? Controversy, misalignment of accounts, as claims have been made and they've been enforced. Not so much that the law has been, you know, law in action, LIA, is what we do, what we prefer to live in. So, yeah, if you do happen to hear of David G or anybody that's, you know, God forbid it, in the fam, or that you know, or that's on tube, and just give them a moment's, you know, thought, and just know that it's not always to be negative and to jump on them and to say, oh, well, you know, because there is a lot, as we're seeing miscarriages of justice, there is a lot of heinous crimes against man committed in the legal realm. This is a system of which it is deceptive by its appearance, by its language, by its form, by its very construct and nature. So 41 years on this realm, and I don't know shit, all right? I know jack shit in the grand scheme of things. I have so much to take on board. When I was watching Santos and Rex, when he was on about Little Red Riding Hood, he went all on the Zoroastrianism, he went on about so many different subjects, and I just sat there and I thought, wow, you know, he's been on it since in the 80s. And you know, the books that he's read, the languages that he can speak, the aptitude, I was quite astounded by that. And you know, we have a lot to catch up with and encompass. And man there does represent real well. Rex handled it, you know, very well, and an honour and a privilege to watch that. And Josh and Martin on the other side with their vibration, love, knowledge, capability, willingness. And yeah, I'm excited. What we've got here is a combination, a magnet, magnets. Wow, yeah, in themselves magnets, but the magnetic force in the ethereal realm, Earth. Here we go. Let's link up. Double vowel words, very powerful, lady. Yes, they are. Ethereal, Earth. Yes, I. Moon. D-I, tube. If you fancy just flicking up a spare tab or going on to your search box there, performing a search on something else other than Pooble, I like DuckDuckGo, you use what you want, and put in words containing two vowels even together. Moon would be an example. Die, fiat currency, F-I-A-T. Yes, and these are important words. These are going to be put into the publication later from SPO's Pro and into forums, and we'll openly discuss them with you as well, and ask if you have noticed any words with vowels next to them, double vowels, A-E-I-O-U. So the top one from me would be author, authority. Not only is it the periodic element on the table for gold, AU, yes, but then them two together, boom, and it's the thingy for gold, element, table, symbol. So how'd you like them apples? Off you go, Tube. I know you like your little missions, games, mental, kung fu. Thank you, Alan, Andy, Yardy. Yes, right, so there's 12 of you, the 12 apostles and disciples, and me is the 13th. That's good numbers, I'm happy with them. 12 and 1, 13. The 7 Hermetic Principles, back to Santos and Rex. 7 Hermeticism. Oh my days, this is it now. Thoth, Enki, Buddha, Jesus, Jesus, Zeus, Saturn. Oh, it's all coming together nicely now. Are you ready? I suggest if you haven't got any seat belts on your stools and chairs that you sat on, armchairs and sofas, that you get strapped in, because the next 6 months are set to be electric and magnetic. The magnets are on, the beacons are on, and yes, the forces are working, and it's very bizarre. Again, more synchronicity. It's getting stronger and faster for me. Anybody getting any synchronicities, numbers, coincidences, coincidences? Yes, the sciences are coming. These laws of what have been hidden from you and I are the true laws. And I put in the video and in the subsequent publications, going from the public to the private and analysing the law systems there. Again, manuscripts, public and private law, you know, then you've got the covenants of man and God, so don't get confused, we're still talking legals when we say public and private. Law is private, and yes, I'm very excited for the fusion that is going to come across science, across language, across your identity, across the financial sector. Search for flower tokens. It's a news story today, Netherlands, self-sustaining flower system, laws, nature, in harmony. It would be nice, Venus Project, Jack Fresco, you know, big up RIP, brother and hero, Jack's Fresco, and the Venus Project, and animals, man, and you know, AI, computers living together in harmony. No nuclear program, no treaties. Yes, that'd be excellent. So yeah, it's very, very interesting. We're having a renaissance, and you're all invited. Get your brushes out, put your seatbelts on, and grab a pen and paper, a massive drink. Yeah, so 41. I could be in a far worse place, and we could have a lot less to look forward and offer and contribute and bring, and you know, you see us as managers, if you like, as overseers of the you know, networks, and that's it. There's no power appointed. There's no glory wanted. We're just facilitating and yeah, regulating somewhat with the dexterity that we can apply if we so choose. So yeah, that's hermeticism and the outlay, the toroidal, the hyperbola. Oh my days, inverted circles. It's what dreams are made of, Babby. Jack Fresco, Nikola Tesla. You know, cleaner energy. When I burn hydrogen, when man burns hydrogen gas, and when I burn hydrogen gas, it comes out with a non-toxic, non-pollutive burn output. No carbons, basically oxygen and hydrogen again. When you burn oxygen and hydrogen, steam comes out the end. When you've finished, water comes out. So not in all cases, there are some exceptions, and the applications aren't all, you know, perfect, but 90% is what we need. The energy, harnessing, again, harnessing ourselves, our capabilities, our consciousnesses, and recognizing those that take the time, you know, put themselves out there, take that risk. Ever smoke a roll up and have a chat on tube? It takes 3 hours to smoke it because it gabbed that much, it just keeps going out. Hello to the 15. Who we got and dropping in? How do all? Lisa, happy 31st rotation. Look at this, passive learning here. 41st rotation around the shining star. Dear David, you are a blessing. Sister Lisa, much love, that is excellent. I will remember that. 41st rotation around the shining star. It's almost like a message with glitter, Lisa. Happy B-Day from Irish Gale Force 81. Hello to Lux. 41 years, 4 decades and a year, nearly half a century, indeedy. I'm going grey. It's happening. I was watching Santos' video link you sent. He was on about chrism. There's a pagan book I was reading that was on about chrism. Apparently it's something to do with a 33-day cycle or on the full moon. I didn't hear Santos mention that here. Yes, no need to correct. It's all good, Alan. We're at ease. And chrism, Christos, Chronos, chronological, father time, okay, chronos, chronological, the spelling, the word, the etymology, Christos, Chronos, larder, oil, the zodiac, astro-theological, time and star charts are essential. And yes, you are right, you would at certain time of the month on the full moon maybe begin, and so many days abstain. The longer you abstain, the better. Abstinence leads to many things, your chemical balances and inward orgasms, imploding orgasms. What the hell? Yes, I remember now. So the seeds. Andy. Oh, don't use Andrew. We get in trouble. It's his Sunday name. Andy read out on a video with me and Kev about the seed fam, Alan, and the seeds and the something else, and the positions within that in that story. And he went in and he did what Santos said about the 7 different translations of the Bible, the New Testament, the Old Testament, all of the messages and encoding. So the message from what story is it? Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Go to the Santos and David video that's on here. It's 3 hours long when I first got him on. the only time I've got him on, but yeah, the first time we chatted and on here, and he mentions about Mary and Joseph being at the top of the spine. At the spine there is a cross. The Kundalini, the SERP rise, all right, surprisingly that I can speak this after a 9-hour shift on man's born day, smoking a roll up in the back of the garden. But the SERP rising is at the bottom of the spine, allegedly, and you would get that when you abstain and do your cycle, and it would rise the fluid up the spine. The fluid rises up the spine, gets to the top, the cross is there, sits there for 3 days. Mary and Joseph, I'm paraphrasing, there's shitloads more to this than what I'm saying, but man's learning. And then after 3 days, he gets reborn. That's your E star, E star, B east, east is a star, E and star. Josh chatting today just about this, actually a few hours ago. B east, beast, B east, and yes, what is in the E star, B star, E star, and after 3 days at the spine, the fluid at the top with the cross, then it goes to the pineal gland, and once it's there, you're ready for activation of the higher dimensional eye. So here's one for you. What was mentioned recently, I forget what video because I'm in a blur now, I'm totally having seepage here, but lack of sleep and a lot of videos and grafting and shit does that to you. And somebody said on a video that Lucifer is the one that gives the vibration and the light in the day, but because you only get the vibration of the 7 rainbow colours and the spectrum and bandwidth of them, there is more to that, like there's infrared and beyond red, and there's violets and beyond violets, ultra and infra. So because we can't see the ultra and infra spectrum, what that activation of the abstinence and the Kundalini and the serpent rising, the SERP rise. Remember my yellow t-shirt with the snake on? Yes, that's what this is for, to talk about this, wearing that. So you've preempted one of my future videos with this subject, to be fair, but that's what we're going to talk about, and that's where it leads. And the vision of the Lucifer in the day is misleading and deceptive, because there is more to reality than the bandwidth of what we see. And if all atoms are vibrating and nothing is solid, we're basically stood in a void of nothing in space on allegedly a ball or a flat thing. And the 7 colours of the rainbow are the spectrum of the white light that is broken down. But when you hear Santos talking about the black and the white light and the hyperbola and the inverted and the toroidal, and that's what I mean. This is cutting edge. This is something that is, oh my days, we should have had this thousands of years ago when the ancients left, and you know, instead of this what's the word, Zionist motherfuckers doing what they've done, you know, we could have kept on. Knowledge was shared, knowledge was power. Language is a tool, it's your identity. The language, the science, the knowledge has all been mashed up. This one man here has got so much to give, not me, Santos, and with the mixture of Martin, Josh, myself, Kevin, you, and what we're doing, law in action, science in action, remedies, live and direct. Thank you for your internet-generated letter. It's not an internet-generated letter. This is a handcrafted, self-governing, private man's letter. Notice, in fact, you didn't notice that my notice was, in fact, a notice and not a letter. It's cutting edge, let me tell you. It's Mason knowledge, Masonic, coveted. So, Lucifer gives you them 7 in the day. He doesn't give it you the full light giver in heaven. So that's your deceptive daytime scenario. Nighttime scenario, dark, can't see, no vision from the spectrum of the light. So you're in the dark side of the half of the day. The dark side of the half of the day is the nighttime. The nighttime is ruled by another side, the moon, the dark side. Those with the third eye can see quite well. You can't see with your 2 regular biological, you know, functioning eyes in the skull. So you use, say you're in your kitchen, you need your house, you need to get around, and you got no lights and it's night time. How do you get around? It's pitch black. You use your hands. So your hands feed the eye, or you use your mind's eye, because you know the layout of the house in your mind. So you don't need to use your hands. You use your hands to stop you banging into objects and tables and our lasses, you know, the Queen's crockery and things, you know, busts and stuff that we have around the place in the dark, you know, me knocking down knights, you know, that are stood up there, armour, knight's armour that's all propped up and things, and spearing your eye on a tusk of an animal on it. No, we don't have them. That's not right. But death hanging from the walls. But you get my drift. In the night time, you see with the mind's eye, and you see with that, with your memory, you can't see all, so it's still deceptive because you don't have full vision. You have the vision of. So tedious chat and link there, but I found that information quite, you know, moment to think, please. Yeah, it's interesting. Muslims are doing a 30-day fast, right? Yeah, but what do you do in the morning? You break fast. You break your fast with breakfast. It's there. It's telling you we all fast. Your 8-hour kip is the fast, and I can work, graft, trade, be active at this level from when I get up till 4 p.m. and I eat a banana, have some coffees and cigarettes. So I have a very, very bad diet, but according to modern day science and the predictions of what you shouldn't be doing. But similar to that thesis there, I feel quite well. I have hardly any fat. My stomach isn't eating itself. I'm not gaunt and thin. I do eat tea time. I have 2 meals and, you know, banana and coffee and stuff. I'm not fat. I haven't got a big appetite. And my body seems to be doing fine. I haven't got any complaints, ailments, famous last words, I know, but you know, each body is different. Everybody literally is different, and we're all bags of chemicals. So what's good for goose isn't good for gander. I learnt that the hard way. And 40 years of government, I said it was a non-political broadcast, it can't be done. Obviously, 40 years of government intervention for healthier lifestyles in the trusts and academies has left us with our offspring leaving the academies and trusts, the largest they've ever left. So, you know, think about that. New comments, what we're saying, let me work down. We can only see very little light in the bandwidth. Indeedy. They flip. Leaving KSA. But some do fast and work during the day. That's it. I do it by choice. It's my body's choice. My body tells me when it's hungry. I don't think, oh, it's 9:30, I must eat. You know, oh, it's 10:30, it's been an hour, I'm late for my breakfast. No, if I'm hungry, some days I do eat a dinner sandwich, get something, I might smell something and think, actually, I do need something. Some days, but very rare. I know 3 other brothers, 3 other brothers. I won't mention them because it's private, but they do the same, and they're all my age, and you know, smoking, nicotine, caffeine, you know, drugs that we're addicted to, sugar. The camera's got the black spot covering it, Alan, and there's a smoggy, horrible night sky, so you won't see anything. When I look into the daylight, I see light particles, the photons. Right. I did get this from Family Guy when Peter Griffin, the animated fictional character, I'm not advertising it, I think it's a piece of shit program and it took enough of my time and didn't really educate me in any way. It did kind of amuse me in its sick little Uncle Herbert paedophilic jokes. I'm embarrassed and ashamed that I watched that shit. Seth MacFarlane, you make me sick. All right, and that's that bit said. But on that show, Peter Griffin did mention the one little bit of science ever that was mentioned in all of them box sets and series and hours was when you look up to the sky, do you see them little eye wigglies? And when you look at them, they move. And the clear blue sky is out, and I look up, I see like little worms in the sky, but they're not in the sky, they're on your eyeball. And when you focus on them, they move, and they're called they're not called, I won't claim to know what they're called. They're tiny little micro bacteria that lives on the eye. As you've mentioned that, anybody else see them little eye fingers that Peter mentioned that everybody must see because it was on Family Guy? And I thought, oh, I know what they are. Little eye wigglies. Interesting. John's dropped in. Easy, brother. Nice to see you. To see you. We can see with all our senses. Yeah, you have more than 5 senses. You sense when somebody's upset. You sense when, you know, you have anger, happiness, emotion. You sense them. You feel them. You don't just have your 5 senses. Yeah, that's seeing, Yes, yes, indeed. Two vowels. There you go. That one's got two vowels. S double E. Boom. Yeah. So that's giving you a clue about the words that have the vowels next to each other. Double vowel words that are adjacent. Okay. Oh yeah, thanks for that. Looks about particles, photons. I do sun gazing at night. I've been doing it for 3 years, and notice how tiny and beady my eyes are. And yeah, I can still see. I can still focus and read the small print on this tiny little handset. And sun gazing, photons, cells, and DNA. Look at what light does to the DNA in the cells of the body. Allegedly, Sadhguru and others have talked about that. I believe. B17 for cancer. Nice one, Alan. Yes. Basically, cancer, fungus, alkaline the body. B17 will are sustained and allowed, thank you. But ultimately, as I said about Candida auris, an anonymous trying to scare everybody, hey, there's an outbreak, everyone's going to die. Remember Ebola? Well, this is a shit time world worse. All the antibiotics are failing. Now we got silver water. No, and to kill that, you just alkaline the body. What are you on about, anonymous? Go away. Get a brain. Yeah, so the key to that cancer business, and Rick Simpson's cannabis oil tincture, that's why it was banned. It's a powerful, not a drug, because definition of a drug is a substance or toxin harmful to you that you can overdose on. Yeah, drugs and substances misuse act. Drugs of something chemical, whatever element you take. Drug, not an element, a drug that you take which is derived from, let's say, opium. Heroin comes from the opium family. Morphine comes from the opium family. So these pain-killing, sedative narcotics there. Another name, a stateside name, international name, drugs, narcotics. They will kill you if you have too much of them. Now, if you take a shitload of weed and you smoke that, eat that, chomp that, grind it, blend it, suck it, volcano it, vape it, everything, you might go to sleep for a few days. You might wake up with a need and a drink. Like, whoa, what's happened there? But you won't be dead. So that's why it's not a drug. So it's a substance. And substances are ours, and the drugs are ours, to be fair. You know, just come out with antibiotics aren't working and such, and man's on YouTube after coming home from work are cutting up phone charges and making silver water and giving it away with donations. You know, there's men out there like Josh and others that are wanting to heal and spread and help, and we're having to do it ourselves. You know, just everything, as my nan used to say, one out doing right, David, do it yourself. And she slapped me for doing it wrong. Yeah. Eye wiggles light particles. Ah, nice one, looks. Thank you, Ellen. I'll forward that. Yes, I see holograms all the time. It's very weird. Irish gale force. When? It's when you're sleeping. Manifestations. What do you mean holograms? Talking about alien contact. Look at the stories of devils and demonic not Mothman, but similar. Watching Mothman and the Russian sleep deprivation project and Shadow Man and such things as led me on to yes, very, very strange YouTube stories and holograms. I'd like more information, Gale Force. I'm trying to think of the bingo call for 81. That's why I was trying to be clever, but it escapes me. Dynamic Dave is asleep. John, that's lovely to know. You got black things running around your eyes. Aye, aye. Don't try to bend the spoon, that's impossible. Instead, try to realize the truth. What truth? There is no spoon, and you will see that it's not the spoon that bends, it's only yourself. Comment, that's deep. She said she's never had it so deep. That's proper deep. I like that. It's atomic. All is atom. Hermetic principles. Cause and effect would come into play there in your hermeticism. Cause and the effect. Law has cause and effect, though. The legal system has cause and effect. A controversy, you know. What is the cause? The cause is not a crime. Chewing backy, I've gone to chewing cannabis. Didn't like aftertaste of backy. Yeah, the green leaves, those that drink nettle tea and the green leaves, you know, these are things not to be thrown away. Those of you that grow plants and just keep the fruits, you know what I'm saying, and you just chuck the rest away. I know mans that are killed for that. Literally, one man's waste is another man's treasure. Indeed, John. Excellent. Thank you for sharing. I like how we share on this in this family. Look, here we go. Let's see what you do. You start your day with a filtered water kept overnight in an Indian copper drinking cup, or if I think I need 2 to 3 glasses, the next day I use my copper water jug. Now, why do you do that, Lux? Can you explain why? We all know. It's the new viewers and the new scribes. Any reason you're whispering? I mean, this is my depressed mood. This is me with, wow, yeah, you don't often hear this, do you, fam? I've got 2 dead laptops, notebooks, but I've only got my phone access. Yeah, I'm just annoyed with things of late. Everything's such a mission, such a battle. Time is always short. I'm not fatigued. I'm just a little bit, yeah, you won't often, I don't like to, you know, but I'm not going to lie to you. I came on and said I need cheering up, to be honest. That's why we're here. So I'm not giving the political parties broadcast speech. I'm not coming on to air anything like, you know, the 40,000 deaths that occur through bad air pollution every year. Enter hydrogen doctors, come on. We have a job to clean up the air, whereas drunk driving, how many deaths does that occur every year? Not 40,000, I'll tell you now. Violent murders and stabbings and deaths and stuff in the year. It's not 40,000, but bad air kills 40,000. David Beckham's been banned from driving, using his mobile phone whilst driving. Not only has David Beckham got an estate and millions, but he doesn't know whom he is. He's a driver, everyone. Ah, Beckham is a driver. Fool. And he's been using a handset though. Wait, don't hear me out before you comment. Using a handset whilst driving is in fact illegal, David. That's correct. If you are travelling, yes, you wouldn't use a handset because you are subject to common law as a private self-governing man called David. David to David, King David to King David. I'm as king, you know, the questions here. I would say that you've made a faux pas there, even though you've represented incorrectly and you don't know who you are. You broke common law. Anybody, any man that does that, fam, you know, you need to remember. So tempting, these little devices, and when you're running around and you've got no time, and yeah, well, David Beckham's got loads of time and he don't need to run around. He's got chauffeurs of millions and estates. Yet, much like, which one was it out of Ant and Dec? One of them's got in trouble for drink driving. Again, yes. Declan, Ant and Dec. And you should know it by now, Dave. You're 41. This is what I mean. See, I don't give a shit about this TV land and don't hurt me eye, Spuggy by a Grove man. That's when I watched them, and I still don't know Anthony and Declan McPartland, Anthony. See, I know the names, but Ants, weren't it? It wasn't Dec, it was Ant drink driving, David Beckham. So yeah, celebrities. We'll touch on Keith Flint actually, as it's yeah, what's been brought out by Keith Flint. But Beckham, you deserve to be held up, and any man that does that, woman, man, that distracts a driver, a traveller, whatever, commercial or private, it is the same rules. You can kill someone in one of them iron horses and vehicles. So you have a responsibility to all of us and to consider us. That's it. So I did chuckle, not for those reasons, but for the sillier Beckham and all the money and whatever, and they can't even get advised properly. You see, the Law Society of the United Kingdom to perform barratry and personage. Once again, you know, what? Yes. Keith Flint, R.I.P. Now, we sometimes get impressed by musicians, and these musicians speak to us. They come to us out of nowhere, and they take us away, and they take us on a journey and a ride, and we think they've come from nothing, and they've done, you know, well, and they're rebellious and anti-establishment, and then when they die, you find out that it was loaded, minted. This isn't Keith Flint's story. These are other musicians, and you think, so now I know they came from a silver spoon family, and born with a silver spoon in the mouth, and they was helped along, and they had daddy and mummy's estate there. I don't think that message and what they did, everything they said, was quite genuine. It may have been disingenuine. So it turns out that brother Keith, no matter what you think of him and the Prodigy's music and anything like that, what I will say on my born day is that I have thought about suicide, fam, and I have sat there with blades and tablets and things in my hand and crying in the morning, feeling isolated, alone, detached, parental alienation, UK government, Law Society, Temple Bar, giving me advice from the GP, United Kingdom health executive, health and safety, doctor, I forget who runs it now, the department for, all of them. Go to the doctor, I don't feel right, I don't like the world, I think it's wrong, I'm split up from my fiancée, I've lost my family, I've got no job, I don't want to live. Okay, take these tablets, these will sort you out. What? I'll make somebody rich and they'll be able to buy a yacht by taking some synthesized bollocks that's a neurotoxin and it has 45 side effects and probably won't work. You're going to experiment on me, give me 7 different brands. It's an absolute, I know from first-hand knowledge. So tying in with Keith Flint, let me get that out of the way first. Toxology report, drugs and alcohol in the system, found hung. Bandmate, no letter, no nothing. Bandmates have made an appeal. Anybody with mental health, please have a chat with your mate Dave. Come on Tube, send a message, send an email, chat to your missus. Say, now then, to that little voice inside, you've been here enough. You're getting put to one side, and I'm the man stepping up. Yeah, I'm sorry. Life is like that, and we often hurt the ones we love. Now, Keith Flynn, I don't know his background. I haven't checked it all out. I'm not sure, so I'm not going to comment. But all that money, I saw the Prodigy at Glastonbury. I jumped over Glastonbury Wall with some family from Sheffield, and back in the day, yes, I don't mind telling you, prove it. You can't prove it, so therefore, I'm just a story really. And we dropped down and we found things that somebody must have dropped when they jumped over the wall. So it was like bonus. Not only are we in, but we've just found One-Eyed Willie's treasure of Glastonbury. You get me, fam? You know what I'm saying? No, it's a right find. And we looked around. We thought we'd been set up. We thought it was too good to be true. Anyway, later on, whilst being with Lucy in the Sky and Diamonds, I watched the Prodigy. And I was like, wow, that is, next to Orbital, Chemical Brothers. Hadn't come out yet, I don't think. Orbital was out kicking arse, them that wore them pen lights on the headsets, and absolutely phenomenal mind, music, message, feeling, vibration, a modern day, Sex Pistols type band there for the new age digital, to distract us so we could rebel through music. We wouldn't actually take note of what's going off. We just go to these events, get mash up, and that's it really. The world carries on while we are oblivious to it, following these raves and taking these neurological toxins that GPs are giving us because we don't fit in. So that's Keith Flint and the Prodigy and why I like it and how I got into it and what it did for me. And I called myself DJ XL, EXCELL, when I was a rave DJ back in the 90s. And I had a battery Duracell sign, a little Dizzy egg from Cody Masters' game on the ZX Spectrum Sinclair, Dizzy, the Treasure Island Adventures. I did pay homage to that label, XL Recordings, and one of the first vinyls I bought was a Prodigy, Charlie Says, XL Recordings, the second chapter. If any of you have got a copy of that, mine's got lost. I had the CD, the first chapter, the second chapter, the final chapter, boom. Music for the jilted generation, not the Pepsi generation, because you fucked up Jackson, killed him, and you mashed up Britney and whoever else. So, we've got now the jilted generation, and we definitely were jilted by the bonding of. So, why he's committed suicide and not left a note, and nobody knows, for his band members to come out and say, rumours of the drummer, I don't know, but with, you know, all the money in the world, all the fame, all the raves, all the sex, all the drugs, man's still not got something missing internally, something. You scribes and your passive learning, your sacrifices, your intent and thought and focus need to keep like that, because look what happens when you've got your castle, you've got your white Benz, black Benz, 16 chains, never mind 2 chains. I died of a gold overdose. I was found under a heap of gold. You know, David G, yeah man, he died of a gold overdose. He had so many chains on, he just collapsed and couldn't breathe. That's from a film. If you can name that film, and you'll make me smile. A gold over G-O. Yeah, Geo, you know, this is it. Materialistic things. What Santos and Rex was talking about made me smile in my heart. It gave me hope. There are others out there. It's not just them two, but yeah, depression, health, science, knowledge, mantra, karma, self-esteem, the 7 hermetic principles. You can beat anything and you can overcome it, except viruses on laptops, crashing hard drives, accounts being hacked. Life will still carry on that way. You cannot protect from that shizzle anywhere. You know, it's just I know we shouldn't live in a place where people say, hi, I want to be your friend, but really they're here to stab you in the back, take everything you've got, steal stuff, and discredit, badmouth, besmirch, slander and defecate, you know, fornicate behind your back perhaps, and I don't know, in the worst case scenario, but wow, you get me. So if you have family that is like that and they annoy you, take the time out, you know, invest in them, go the extra mile. If you yourself are suffering and you're in that environment, I'll chat to you. We'll have a private hangout. I'll make it my mission. We'll get a team up that can have hangouts, you know. We'll do pre-recorded videos, mantras, techniques, dietary changes, many things. So we give love and respect to all that are affected in that family by that recent, whatever it is, strange death where a man is hanging with drugs and alcohol in his system, as far as I recollect from the report of the toxicological and what the band message was. So yeah, it's very sad that we don't know who we are and we've got no hope and we might not know God and we don't know where we live. You see, that's done for a reason. So you have to find your path. You have to question who you are, where you are, when you are, what you are, and you go on that path. And if those that don't go on that path, look what happens to them. Look how they get treated. Those that do go on the path end up making channels and websites and going out there, getting attacked, arrested, locked up, whatever, you know, put out there, make mistakes, look like idiots, you know, but it's a journey. You've all got that hero inside you, and for yourself, not for fame, not for fortune. You can't do it. Didn't even out Beckham, still gets, what would we call it? Let me think. He still gets processed according to, you know, common law and in the public. But he's a private man. Hilarious. I was a driver, yes. I was driving. It was me. And he's admitted it to some extent. He needed to. You know, any of you, you need to admit that. You know, what you're doing there, you're concentrating. No, well, I'm not driving though. You can still stick to everything and you're right, and you don't need to claim the name, but you need to own up. So actually, I probably could have broke common law there. Think about it. So all right, let's process it properly though, officer. This is who I am, and here is my driver. Yes, I was using a handset and may not have been taking due care and attention, and if I put that to 10 private sovereign governing men, women on the .com and the tube, they'd probably all agree. So, you know, some middle meeting needs to be put there, and you need to recognise, we need to recognise, and they need to process correctly. That's the next step. Wow. I have waffled there. Hello to the 22. Thank you for the 10 likes. Please look at the thumbnail. Budapest Airport, exiting through the entrances of hell. Exited through the entrance of hell. Yeah. So that's explained. Whispering and why my mood is low. Thank you. Connecting the dots. You're a blessing to us all. We're all blessings to each other. Thank you. Sugar from John. Oh, A-E-I-O-U. No, there's no well, vowels connected there. Is that to do with that, John, or are you calling me sugar? Right, look, you'll be interested to know that if you've seen my how to make colloidal silver videos, I'm going to get some pure copper cable and I'm going to replace the silver with the copper and put them in. It makes a bright blue greeny drink, and it does the same through electrolysis. It puts the tiny atoms into the water, atomizes it through the electrolysis, and you get this fantastic coloured, and I'm going to drink it live on tube and see what it does. So much like wearing the copper bracelets and the copper and the lack of copper, you bang on. But putting water into a copper, and I'm no scientist, I've not been to university, I'm just your brother Dave, but putting water into a copper receptacle, into a vessel, is changing the atomic structure of the water. I do not believe that any of the residue trace element copper properties will be going into that water. It will just simply change it on the, what did I say? Come on, I'm tired. Yeah, that one. Thingy structure, didn't I? It's not atomic structure. Yes, Jerry. Evening, brother. Aye, Captain. I'll just have a sneaky listen whilst I'm on PM service, on the servitude. I'm glad you did, Jerry. Jason, easy. Thank you. Happy born day, brother. I chatted to Beckham back in '98. He asked me to paint his portrait. I said, don't know what you look. Oh, this is a joke, isn't it? What you look like, even though I did. He said to tell me stuff that was going on before it hit the press. Very interesting, Lux. Very interesting. Thank you for the share. Did you know there's a site that you can sell your soul on, apparently? A monk with come out to your house, sick world. Shut up, Alan. That's a what? Well, I would like links, Alan, on that. That's a headline front page news scoop right there. Yes, John. Agreed. Sold. S. What did Josh say now? Sale. Sold. Sale. S-A-L-E. Sale. For sale. Sold. S. Old. Sine wave old. Sine wave old. There we go. Can see you smiling now, Josh, if you're listening back on the replay. Man's learning. Everywhere we're learning. 41 years old and the matter is expanding. One-eyed Willie's treasure. That's way back. Bloody Harlan. Yes, I like that. We did. Jumped over Glastonbury and it was the treasure trove of old. We had eyes like saucers. And that's another thing with drugs and substances I missed out that I wanted to say. We should let the youth at the point of 21 or 18, when the brain has stopped developing, we should sit down with them and say, right, these are mushrooms, these are this, these are such and such. You ever take any of this? Are you ever thinking of smoking a joint? Are you ever thinking of smoking a cigarette? Or you should try a cigarette? Or you go out or you want to party? Let me know. You sit down with me and we'll smoke some fags. Well, you know, and we'll see, and we'll do it that way, you know. It's better that you have a relationship. They see cognitive tiredness. It's better that you have a clear under, over, upper, inner, everything, you know, direct dialogue. There we go, with your offspring. It's hard, you know, after work. Direct dialogue with your offspring, open and non-confrontational, as we said about mental health and so forth. I'm working my way down the comments for them. All right, so hold on. And that's the way it should go. And then they wouldn't have so much, you know, like things being kept away from you when you're a son or a daughter, you know, when you're a master, young, and you want it. But when you've got it all the time, you don't. That's just how life is. The date of birth, who we got? Easy Honda, long time I think, no see. Nice to see you, nice, 404 or 4004. The date of birth is the main initial trick to sidestep the born date, born being into commerce, do not hold the DOB, then you are free, means not bonded. Well, not just like that, but yeah, when you put down your, yeah, what is your date? All right, Honda, I'll meet you in the middle. What is your date of birth, was what the officer said to me. I says, I don't, my date of birth is hearsay, is what David replied. He said, what? I said, it's hearsay. I was born 1978. I was born. I wasn't birthed. I said, you want my date of birth? I said, that's for an entity in a vessel. I said, a berth is a boat, you know. Where do you sleep on a boat, officer? When you go on a cruise, yeah, you sleep in a berth. Yeah, I wasn't birthed, I was born. What did we call it, Smithy? My conveyance, my entity was birthed on the registration date, at the point of the registration at the General Registry Office. And those looking for registrations of the royal baby, don't be stupid. They are the registration. You know, why would they register to themselves? If they've had a royal baby, they're not going to be given any paperwork for registration, are they? Those of you looking for that and such things as live birth and, oh my goodness, yes. So, yeah, he didn't like that, let me tell you, Honda. What do you mean? I need a date of birth. And I got out my sovereign identity card. It's Honda.com, yes, my evidence of, well, not a sovereign identity card. Stop, rewind, I made a mistake. It is a evidence of life and essence for man. Evidence of life and essence for man. 3 witnesses on the back. You can use Father, Son, Holy Ghost, Holy Spirit. Which one you use, you need to be careful there. Check your ghosts and spirits out. And you can use 3 good men. You can use 2 witnesses. 2 men can be witnesses. That's what Jesus says in various Gospels of the Bible. And I got my driver out. Hey, it was a good old chat, that was. Driver, driving licence, yes. And he said, who are you? I said, there, look, evidence of life and essence. That'd be me, David, son of May, born 1978, waters of his mother, crowned in Rugby. I said, I am the Crown. What Crown do you work for, officer? I said, beg your pardon. I said, the Crown. What? Who pays your wages? What Crown do you serve? That really flummoxes them, Honda. Oh, it does. Is it Elizabeth? Is it the London Crown? Or is it the Vatican Crown? What language do you speak there? You know, and never mind asking me about my date of birth, and let me ask you a few questions. Am I free to go? Am I under arrest? You know, certain things like that might cross your mind. Is there a crime being committed here? Where's the victim? My date of birth, you cunning man. Is this your vehicle? I went, no, it's private property. How dare you? I said, what definition and implied meaning and language does vehicle come from? Black's law, my good man. I said, are you here to extort money from me or to keep the peace? I said, I need a peace officer, never an officer, a peacekeeper is what I need. No officers. I said, and you're an officer, aren't you, of the Crown? You don't know which one you serve, and you're trying to extort money from me, and you're using trickery language. What have I done wrong? You got a tail light out. All right, a tail light. So you're performing a health and safety risk assessment, and you're telling me that if I continue travelling on my horse with a rickety rear bumper, you know, that I might be in danger or breach common law. I tell you what, give me a producer under section 123, 124, 125, 162, I forgot it, 163, 164, 165 of the road. Come on, it's been a while since I've said this. Thank you, Honda. 163, 164, 165. Check it out, Tube. Is that right? Of the Road Traffic Management Act. Give me that producer and I will pick a police station of which to go and tell you that this light is fixed. There is no need for a fine, fee, forfeit or benefit upon man. I shall not suffer a tort. He just says, get on your way, kid. If I see you with that light out again, I'm going to be coming for thee. All right. And I went, all right. It was a Sheffield copper. Sometimes, you see, they're all right. He let me go. I went, I'm off. And I just went. Bosh. So Honda, I know all that, and yeah, so do you. I'm feeling a bit cheery uppy actually. I can hear me getting faster, and thank you very much for that. I'm in a somber place. I'm very grateful for where we're at and what we've got, but yeah, somber is the mood. It cheered me up. That's just what I needed. The Queen is in bed, the young one, the princess is in bed. It's a lonely existence in servitude, isn't it? That's another reason we get separated and argue and drink and, you know, grow apart. Apparently we're having less sex, it was said on the ram. How do you know about the English sex? We're very prudish. The best of times, you know, the middle-aged ones like us and upwards, not the youth today. God, they're all gender fluid and doing it in parks and you know, tweeting about it and putting it on Pinder, whatever it is, and Twitter tubes. So yeah, I'm like, wow, that was an interesting story. We're having less sex. Okay, we believe you. Must be the drugs in the water. John Mello, hello. Looks, I'm so behind. I don't know what that's about. If that's about Beckham, then yeah, wow, I didn't know. Honda's deleted. What's going on? What did you say, Honda? Looks, and his minder killed himself a month ago. Wow. Just a thought. Thoughts are good. You're allowed thoughts. Freedom of thinking, freedom of speech for the time being. You know, we're allowed to. Make a claim, you'll get in trouble, but yes, we're allowed to chat. I'll protect you on that one, don't worry. Alan, the game of life. My life is no game. My offspring's and my assets' lives is no game. Your life is no game. Precious heartbeats and deeds to execute. It's no game. Executing deeds is serious shit. It's as serious as it gets. And when you've got a jealous, angry, vengeful God watching over you, these hermetic principles of God governing us, not of God, but they are kind of like of God, because once you get into them, you're like, holy crumbs. You know, I warn you now, much like Beetlejuice and such other Hollywood programming type nightmares that you might think of. Pandora's box, Pinhead, when you open the box. Oh, you wish you hadn't done that, don't you? Yeah, you go down these paths and you get into sacred contracts and things and synchronicities, and yeah, it's a nice feeling. It's very confusing, frustrating, but the game, yeah, it is some kind of game, you're right, but it's life, it's your game to play, your quest, Quest, Christ, crest, Christos, quest, Q, queen, that's got two, come on, words with two vowels in, nobody got queen, I'm being good to you, even though I'm tired, look, I'm on point still, queen, word with two, double E, oh aye, why do you think that is? Moon, money. Yeah, money. Money. No, it hasn't. Moony. If it was actually how it would. Moony, mon. Or if you break money down into phonetics, mon-I. M-O-N-I. Mon-I. One I. What if names dictionary, soul as trademark, so it's dictionary falsehood. Oh, words. Yes, John, words. Words are important. Words are powerful. Words are identity. Words save you. They're better than bullets. Especially in the sea that we're in, this merchant seas that we're in since we went bankrupt, the merchant trading laws that we are all submerged in thanks to bankruptcy that we agreed to go into because we had no money and the government pissed it all up the whatever. Sent it to offshore tax havens and usurped it, and after they, you know, can you imagine that, what they've done, taken the gold and silver from a nation, put it into bankruptcy, created national debts and austerity, fiat currencies through 5 major banks in a foreign city on this frickin' landmass, and we had a war to keep independence. All right, no dictatorship. Low mood because I just get sick of being attacked. Looks, it gets to you, you know. I'll be honest with you. I'm not gonna pretend that I'm a saint or a non-sinner or a perfect example of a man, because I'm not at all, by a long shot, and I know jack shit. But what I do know is I'm sick of being attacked. I'm sick of how hard it is, and I'm quite sick of many things. But I'm here to motivate you and to pick up your self-esteem and to bring you stuff, and I enjoy that. But I also enjoy being real and being honest with you, because your lives are real and honest, and you have this crap too. So thank you for that extra solar. If I'm in a solar burst, it should energize me. You know, man, I love the photons. That's the stuff that keeps me, indigos and light workers and crystals and rainbows going. That solar business, magneto-electric, yes. Indeed. Cannabis is sugar when wet, different chemicals when dry. Yes, it has. It uses sugars, doesn't it? You can use apple juice, or you can use, let me think, what is that black syrupy stuff that's sugar? Molasses. Yes, for instead of chemicals and blooms and that, you can get some real nice. If we had the land, yeah, we've got the bollocks and the rights, so just give us the land and we can show you what we can do with any plant, and that's not even using fractionalized imploded water. You know, we've got so much to to explore this year. It's going to be explosive. Salts, you've got your Celtic salts, have you not? And you've got your pink Himalayan. Look at the mineral content and the for connecting the dots for the water milligrams. I made 5 litres of distilled water and added a gnat's cock, a cube, a rock of pink salt, if that's what you're on about. Simple Honda, I like that one. It's blatantly told in the Bible as Job, of Jesus of Bethlehem is the commercial entity. Story resurrection is the true life restored. Aye, aye, aye. Simple as Meerkat says. Yes, aye, and I like the referencing of the programming as well. Crystals. Thank you, John. Oh, comment, you are bang on. Think of your finger. Look at your fingers. Everyone, not everyone, but comment, and those that can be bothered. At the bottom of your nail, you have a nail bed. On that nail bed, I bite that. It always splits and rips. If you're a working man, you'll have split cuticles. Ladies can get a special tool called a cuticle remover. You look at how that word's spelled, Q-tick-al. All right, and pro se cuter. Pro for say, yeah. And cutor. Cutor is skin reference. Bull papille is allegedly written on. We'll never find out. There's no real genuine copies on the internet. That shit's staying hidden in them catacombs forever. On that landmass foreign to Italy. Like Washington is foreign to America, and the city of London is foreign to Britain. Anglo, whatever. Question, yeah, take on. So pro for say of, se of Latin, so for of skin. So for the of the skin is pro se cutor. You go in pro se. Pro se is your status standing capacity. So pro se is the status of that's an important word for that. I didn't use that in that publication. It will go in the second level. But what we're going to say there is the status and standing, the pro se cutor. You also have a plea bargain. Why are they bargaining for? What's the plea bargain for? Because there's money's going off. There's bonds in their room. There's money's going down. So yeah, you are bang right. What other words have that? So yeah, prosecutor. You go in pro and pro. Let me think. You got R2D2 in my ear. Claimant, defendant. I can't think of the other statuses and standings now. The prosecutor is the one that's doing what? They are against you. You will be the defendant. They are the claimant, the prosecutor. You are the plaintiff, the defendant. There are many. You are in them what status? Probate. There we go. That's the word. Thank you for being patient, fam. It does pay off. Probate. When we talk about not having a last will and testament for you. And for all the fam, but for comment, now look at what probate is. When you are looking at these words, your estate is in probate. Look at what intestacy is. Intascy. I can never say these words, but I can remember them vividly. So your status, standing in capacity for your estate, we're talking now, your public-private status is public because you haven't got any last will and testament. Ment is mine, test it meant. And your last will and testament would be to what? Put down man's intent. Man's intent as author, authority, and autograph with the AU words there with the double vowel. I like the loop and the links we're creating here with the chat. It's got a loose thread. I'm happy enough. I'll give you that for now and let you go on your own discovery, and we shall chat again. Comment, excellent. Looks, I will post some links after live stream, and yes, copper is more beneficial than silver for a start. It's poison to giants. Stop it. Search looks just for you and the fan, but because it's each one to the comment reply. Search if you are interested for the giants of Sardinia and look at Santa Crista well, Santa Cristina well, and what happened to the giants of Italy. I've yet to discover that fully. Hey, it's official, I'm part of the fam. Irish Gale Force, you're always part of the fam. We're all extended family. We're all interesting, John. Yes, even me sometimes. Alan is getting a thanks for that. Honda, an air engine like Joe Bucker runs on Joe Cell horse's mouth is an electrolytic capacitor. Told this by his video. Man who was drove the Escort and others. Bosh, yes, I like that. I've seen, heard. Thank you, Jerry. I like your optimism. Much love. Ciao. Don't work too hard. Never stop learning. It's the only thing to keep the grey matter from forgetting who you are. Well, yeah, especially if you're using deodorants with aluminium in them and baby powder with aluminium in them and cancer-causing elements and agents in your products there, your products. Yes. That's another pro word, which leads on synchronizing to John with pro against a not without no government dash hyphenated legislation contract. Pro is for. Pro is for, yeah, in Latin. Pro against a not without no government. John, I need clarification on that. Where are you getting that from, brother? Pro. Probate, let me think. Professional. Productive. Prohibit. Prosecute. Procure. Promiscuous. Promises. Promises. Professional. I don't know who I am. I think it's the way out of an accent. I don't know who I am. I think it's the way out of any offence. I had to read that twice just to make sure I'm getting it. Yes, I, Honda. I don't know. It wasn't me, Shaggy. Who are you? I don't know. Jackie Chan's done a film called Who Am I? The Jason Bourne film collections are very interesting as well with regards to that. The Bourne Identity. Bourne identity. Just, yes, off that, Honda. So I hope you feel happy. Thanks to the 20 that are spending my Born Day evening with me in the back garden and shed. I'm actually happy here because it's raining outside and alas, and everyone's in bed and I don't want the neighbours here and the walls are paper thin. I talk about some controversial stuff, so I don't mind sitting down, the shed door open on my Born Day. Weird, just thought I'd outlay it because you can't see me. I'll celebrate the weekend, don't worry, it's no hard doings for me. We're extremely lucky. We've got the .com kicking ass, we've got loads going off, we've got much to look forward to. We are all crowned by our mother. Yes, yes we are. You are the crown. You have been crowned. You are the law, the land, air and water. We are as kings. We are as king the question. We have the status. We have the standing. We have the capacity. We have the instrument. We have the private remedy. We have the language. We have the balls and the Babylons to go out there and turn the crown upside down. What would that create? A level playing field. Boom. Yes, crowned by the mother. And we are born by the waters of. Then blood and weights and things are taken and registration, yes, which is why I mentioned about the royal family and the births, borns there. I'd say that were, born, but the birth certificate that everyone's asking and wanting to see, they're not going to register their own property to themselves, are they? They're not going to register it to Francis d'Assisi and the bull papils, the paparazzia. No, not unless they're forced, Peter, where do you live? I live in my body, brother. If it's not in your no die. If it's not in Nottingham, Nottingham, Nottingham. You just made me think of how Nottingham should be spelled. It should be spelled not in, ing, ing, ham, not Ingham. Ham. Dodgy Doctors once mentioned that. Names of places. License compliance nonsense. Hey. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I'd love a real horse. I've ridden a couple on a beach. You know, it's soft, so if I fall off and it goes mad or anything, or I annoy it, then yeah, that was quite. I galloped on a horse on a beach, and I shit my pants. I shit you not. It was quite scary. It was like, wow, this is normal. Why am I scared? Because it's a Greek horse. You don't speak Greek. You just met it. You're on its back, and you're galloping on a beach. Look at me, mum. Mum, look at me, is what I shouted. At the age of about 39. Clive, thank you for that. Yes, I'm well aware of the Ministry of Defence, Magnetic Resonance Deletion, Department of Defence and military grade drives, and the 8 magnetic layers and remnants that they can leave through there. And when you get bugs in your system, it's better to flush the entire system. And when you've got as much accounts as what I have, or if anyone you have got data that's sensitive and you use it for regular needed emails and things, contact and just getting out there, then you're better off sorting it out proper. I've tried the detaching the hard drive and restarting it. I don't want to, because I'm convinced it was already acting weird before, so yeah, I'm going to go for a fresh one. But thank you, that can work sometimes. You get like a static block, I've found. Memory does it as well. RAM used to do it on old desktops when I was in and out checking stuff and taking out modems, and then when I used to dial up AOL and that, fam, wow, that was our life. You can say from now on, if they don't know what you're saying, they are alien. I don't know what that's in relation to, Peter, I've forgotten, but thank you. Sometimes the connections need to be remade. Yeah, in the brain, that's right, they do. You are my family, and I have my other family, biological family. There you are, the extended family, with the Egyptian blood. 60% of Anglo men have Egyptian DNA. Work that out. The whole family, the family from Egypt, with obelisks in cities of London. What's going on here? Scotland, Princess of Scotcha. Sometimes we do need to connect the dots. That's what we're here for. So which people be plating with invisible friends the day I'm sick of these? John, need help, brother. Mechanic, farrier, what's that mean? Anyone use friend or foe on Roman mercenaries, police officer? Oh, no. To be honest, no. Friend or foe? Like he's going to start, they're going to answer honestly. Ah, yes, friend. We don't do friendships because that's a ship, yeah. I don't, and foe, we don't do foes because that gives us a woe. Josh X in the house, easy now, 22:49. What are we on now? That was ages ago. Sorry, Josh, I'm well behind. I used to not in corporate. In Doric, a princess in Doric is called a Quinny. Common enemy, phonetically enemy of the state. Civilian, civilian, another C. Civilian, Chi, C-I though, Italiano, Chi, Bonacci, yeah. Villain, Chi, Villain, Villain, civilian, civilian. You found another C, well done. Civilian, oh, comment, that's why I love you lot. You see, it's a family ting. We found another C, everybody. Give comment a high five. Nice one. Civilian. See what we mean, do you? You're cheering me up. 101 singular prefix grouse. Stop it, John. Speak English, boy. My EMF is at 228. That's low for me. It's usually in the 500s. Irish Gale Force. Okay, what do you use to measure that, please? Where did you buy that from? How much? And we're here to keep you uplifted. Easy. Nice one. Thank you, sister. You will find what? Many main meaning ruling words have ancient gods abbreviated in them, like L, ETC, L, ETC, oh, L, God, L, ancient gods, that's not, Elohim, Ra, Elohim, Ra, yeah, where it says God created in the Bible, in the Jewish text, it says gods, which is Elohim. God would be Eloha. Don't quote me on that. Elohim's right. The other one, the singular's not. Zeus. Let me think. Gods. Yes. There's a lot of star constellations as well. I can't think now. I can't think of them, but there's a lot. That's Orion's Gate, Orion something. That's always everywhere. Randomly, Alfa Romeo. If you drive or travel in an Alfa Romeo, check out the badge. Snake eating man. Snake god eating puny man. And the emblem for Alfa Romeo. And they relate to how God was portrayed. Thor, Ross, Thor's, yeah, Thor. Troy, gods, Troy, employment, ploy of Troy. What am I doing now? Where am I going? Employee, trustee, beneficiary, employment, job, Job. Can't think now of all the other bits that come with this. It's too far back. I need my references, but you get me. I like that. I like that, big love. Easy, Josh. Thank you for the gods. Yeah, there's loads. Honda, we could go on for hours, and that's a whole hangout in itself. Actor in Spanish. Grammar is plaintiff. Shut up, John. Shut up, John. That might be the best thing that I ever read you said ever. Actor in Spanish. Hola. No, senorita. Actor in Spanish. Grammar is plaintiff. No way. That's amazing. That one won't. That's getting locked in. John, we bow. That one, I'll give you a bow. Thank you. Nice one, Honda. David coconut oil on those cuticles. Oh, thank you. Yes, I do use oil and that. Yes, I do. It's the paint, it dries them out. Even when you wear gloves, it works its way in, and the paint just dries out the skin. John Mello. Nascent loading is needed. Comment villain goes back to William the Conqueror, a clever loud two-tenant farmland. Honda, wait, 4004. Look at land tenure 1066 Doomsday Book. You will find a Wikipedia page displayed for information. Please consider looking at that. I know it's wiki and what it comes with, but look at the blue bits in the texture, and anybody else that feels so inclined. What did I just say? Let me just check it out again. Come on, brain. 1066 Doomsday Book. You said William the Conqueror, didn't you? What did that spark with me? Land tenure, 10-year land. That interested me. Yeah, tenant. You sparked that one with that. Yeah, have a look and see what you think, and then look at the other search results. What was I looking at though? 1066 Doomsday Book, registration, property, land, rights, kings, battles, Magna Carta. It was the Magna Carta that led me to that, actually. In that era, I found that, but it's relevant now for land and land registry and such things. William of Orange. Also, I got mixed up on a video with William. I think I said Conqueror instead of Orange, or Orange instead of Conqueror, but he needs looking at as well. G-Star is in the house. Easy. Yes, Honda. History plays a mega part in disrupting language into other forms. Hebrew plays a mega part in. Well, Hebrew dialect has been translated correctly and effectively. There was other languages before Hebrew. We've got the 2 million clay tablets from the Sumer Babylonian times of, you know, Akkad. Sumer was the first recorded writing of text, and there was somebody come back from somewhere and couldn't speak, and the king at the time, I've done a video on this about the book that my sister got me for Christmas last year, Words of the World, yeah. And in there it says that the first evidence of writing was coming from the king of Sumer at the time. Don't ask me to quote. It's on that video. God knows what the title is. Only he knows. I can't think of it right now. And yes, interesting. He couldn't speak, and the king used, like, oh, I've got a wet clay tablet here. You know what they use for putting on the pictures and rolling the other things on to make the clay tablets themselves, amongst others. And he used it to write down, what was it now? Oh no, they wouldn't have been using clay tablets because this is the first time that writing was invented. So they had clay there for some reason, and it was wet and malleable. And yeah, I can't be accurate on that. And he's passed it over to the man, and he's gone like, if you can't speak, then write me something, show me what you're trying to tell me. And then that instance there was the first alleged. Why don't you learn that at school? Why are you learning it from Dave in his shed on his birthday? I don't know, but there you go. And that's random life for you, self-initiates of the realm. So thank you, Honda. And Hebrew, and before Hebrew, you've got a video on my channel with Jordan Maxwell showing you a man with a cross from the freaking Amazonian Aztec era. Aztec man burdening a cross. David drops the mic. Think about that a minute. It's an old order, like we are stating, an order, but have never stopped. It is indeed, Honda. Yes, John. Meant, mind, exactly. Not very much luck here. Yes, Peter. There's a good one for you, Dave. I reckon David used a copper or stone in his sling when he killed Goliath. Copper injection with maximum impact straight through the pineal if giants have them. Yeah. Like Santos said on the video with the Leak Project, all stories have about 7 interpretations. So when you find that out, you've read into it. So you've got another few more to go yet. Habitat, it's French. Yep. Habitable. Nun, what does a nun wear, Honda? A nun wears something in black and white called as no boy master for iPro against all man. Happy born day indeed, we shall meet again, God willing. Indeed, thank you. Much love. God willing. Mashallah. Mashallah. That's what he says in the new Robin Hood film, The Dark Skinned Brother with Robin Hood. What? Exactly. And not because, you know, it's weird, but this is just a different story. And he says, Inshallah, 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 Mashallah, Mashallah. Yeah, something like that. And I'm like, what? This is mean God willing. God, yeah, yeah, interesting. Proper. Thanks, Josh. You're not living the holiday life, and you not. No, Peter, why would we? No, not till we get unbonded and into the private, my man. Jesse, drink. It's Clint. Happy born day, Dave. Nice one. Thank you very much. Much love. We're all on holiday when you know you. Yeah, Oxford. Josh and I was talking, all right. Who publishes the dictionary? Oxford Dictionary. What language publishes? What institution of the United Kingdom, England and Wales even publish 4 dictions? Dictions. And that's Oxford. What is an ox? What is a ford? Ford, bull and water. So you got your bull again. Hello, bull, bullions, bull papilles, gold bull, bullshit. Yes. Interesting. Battery power 15%. Good job, I'm back in. And we're ending the chat soon. Thank you for cheering me up. Thank you, holiday. Just not real. How's got that? At Honda, you are a mind reader. I can do shoe and hoof maintenance, but yes, over my lifetime, 4 iron hand shoes for a horse was £1.50. Now it's machine made shoes, 80 to 90 pounds. What? Handmade shoes for a horse was £1.50. Lost art blacksmiths, eh? Wow, where are the blacksmiths? Mind from mine. Oh, that's a dyslexic man's nightmare sentence. That really messes my head up. That's an headache for me to look at, Peter. No offence to you, but that's that's your cognitive dissonance. If any, you look at that, yeah, a bit of cognitive dissonance in staring you in the face. Me too scary, no control. Explosive devices against a rocket aluminium and iron oxide inside detonator went straight through Honda's. Whoa. Honda knows his explosive devices. If you watch a channel called he's got over 1 million subscribes now as well. I was just seeing his hydrogen thing again. It's not Cody's Labs, it's the other one that was I know, that's amazing knowledge. Some King of Random, Grant Thompson, the King of Random. Do you watch it on that channel? That was cool. Like a fish got told of bendy water, curvature. Thank you, comment. I watched a bit of Pazio. Oh, well done, Jesse. Clever, interested, angry, isn't he? Passionate. Reminds me of myself. Sometimes swears a bit, lets you know how he feels. He's got a lot of knowledge, got a lot of insight. He does know about natural law. His presentation's very good, very professional, clear cut. You never know, you never get lost with him, but deep, yes indeed. Glad you enjoyed it. Stop going on about invisible friends, John. No one's going on about invisible friends. Stop it. Not many from me, it's always foolish, but even positions to inform me of weapon and other stuff, shall we say. Respect, Honda. You have family here. We are family. That's what it is. Count of the stable, constable, stable cons, stable, count of the stable, constable. What did AD say in Sheffield? But no, he's not. But AD, doesn't matter where he is. What did he say? What distraction? District. Yeah, that's one of them words. You just reminded what me and AD was talking about earlier. Comment as well. District, and then look how it writes, and then look at the word sounding. Ryan's belt. Let's go on. Amen. Amazon Jews Hermitage, son of Zeus, for our second temple built after. Irish Gale Force. Yes, you can, but there are ways and means of doing that, and it's not easy. It's not easy. But you should, yeah, it should, yeah, it can be done. I haven't done it, no. Just skimming now. Freehold tenure is a true titles, barren stake, acclaim with Rome on all landmines and minerals. Freehold. Look at common hold. You got leasehold, freehold. There are other holds, but look at the common hold as well. There are 16, roughly, if I remember right from my research, common hold um, um, agreements in United Kingdom at the moment. So common hold, all right. So, but thank you for that tenure as well. Aaron State, yes, Roman. On all landmines and minerals, landmines. Wow, freehold tenure. Thank you for sharing, brother. Peace and love all on my birthday. Solid night. Inshallah. Connecting the dots. Ah, Sa, Sha. Haha. Nice one. I've seen it written down. There's no C word. Plus for you semantics. Oh, semantic. Some way we could do it with just C. What language is C then? Sounds like Spanish. Yes. C. Francis d'Assisi. It's SE. Say. Mantics. Yeah. Thank you, Sister Lisa. Another one. Who's writing these down? Oh no. I'm tired. Somebody make a list, and I'm going to say, if we've got any C lists, somebody will have them at some point. If you're never around outside, I'm going to make a forum on the .com, C words. The Crown Room. Funky sound, we are other. Yes, Josh. Taurus, Bull, Taurus. My phone's making a... Try that. Thank you, Jay. Come together, nice one, do just language. Oh, nice one. Thank you very much. It's quite embarrassing. I've still got a bit of work clothes on. I've been running around. I only got the one mic in. That's not an apparition. That's just a mic the other way, so I can hear. I like to listen. Yeah, I might put a showing you further down because I'll advertise inadvertently. But thank you, much love. Very tired, bit weary. There is much to do. I'll bounce back tomorrow, and we have much to look forward to. So fist bumps, much love. Stay sovereign. Peace and love. Thank you for the entertaining. You've entertained me for a change. It was nice to be on the other side. 14 thumbs up. Hi. Thank you, and we'll be back soon. Wash.